Hey, what's up guys? Ken here from the Retro Toy Sculpt channel in Malaysia. I'm continuing my Halloween countdown videos on the channel here, so thanks for joining me. Today I'm checking out the awesome Samurai Skeletor from the Masters of the Universe 2002 toy line. Now, just like many of you, the first thing that this figure got me thinking was that how is it even possible that there are ancient feudal Japanese influences on a planet like Eternia? Well, I don't know, but I think you'll agree that it sure makes for one very cool looking action figure. Yeah? Now, the thing is, this toy line may have come out in 2002, but over here in Malaysia, I remember that Mattel only started bringing these into retail something like 2 years later in 2004. Now, I remember that vividly because it was practically the first time in history that I was personally working in a professional job and was earning my own income to purchase Masters of the Universe toys. The thing is, these figures were actually insanely cheap back in the day. Something like this deluxe Skeletor unit was close to maybe about 40 Malaysian ringgit, which by today's exchange rates would be just under 10 US dollars. Now, I remember the Samurai Skeletor was a figure that I wanted instantly when I saw it because of the amount of painstaking detail that was worked into the figure and also the jaw-dropping amount of accessories and features that it had. The sculpt work was done by the amazing team from the Four Horsemen who had previously worked on the Spawn figures for McFarlane Toys, and although these were somewhat limited in articulation and also pre-post, but the thing is, you were getting the sort of premium sculpted detail that at the time only a company like McFarlane Toys was offering, and just with a little bit more playability as well. The figure comes with a pair of oversized stilt shoes with these giant skull emblems in the front. I mean, it's just so much detail in this thing, you just can't help but want to keep on staring at it. Skeletor's feet fit into the shoes kind of like the way that you'd slip on a pair of sandals. It's a pretty snug fit, which is good because you don't really want the figure to be falling off this thing while you're trying to move him around. You might be asking exactly why does he need a pair of these things to go into battle? Because they kind of look a bit clunky. But, it's keeping with the whole samurai combat theme. And in battle, I suppose it's always advantageous to just have the higher ground, okay? So, yeah, Skeletor's got to get higher, all right? Now, this combat claw thing that he's got is got to be like the most oversized weapon in his arsenal. It's got a spring-loaded claw here that just kind of just yank on it and it just retracts back. It's pretty massive. I suppose you'll be able to capture some heroic warriors with this thing. Full disclosure, this thing is supposed to come with a giant red missile, but I can't seem to locate it anywhere. All right, but yeah, I mean, it does have a firing function here. You fit the red missile in there and it's supposed to shoot it out. Okay, so you get a claw and a firing missile, but the chest missile is the best. This thing's hair trigger sensitive, okay? Before you know it, you might just end up shooting off your face. Because, the way that this thing works, that the mechanism is worked into the belt buckle, all right? You're supposed to tap on the belt buckle and this thing shoots out, okay? Sort of like this missile with like horns or spikes on it. But the thing is just that the buckle trigger is like so freaking sensitive, okay? So sometimes when you're handling the figure, your thumb just lightly grazes it and it just shoots out, okay? Pow! I like how everything on this figure has got such a richly weathered look to it, alright? Such great paint wash. They could have just given us like a normal sword, but they gave us something that's just so rich in detail. It looks absolutely stunning. The only thing I don't like about this sword is the fact that it's pretty soft, okay, and bendy, alright? Other than that, it looks great. The sword fits comfortably into Skeletor's right hand where the battle gimmick is worked into. So the way that you operate this thing is that there's this giant button that's actually sticking out of his back here, okay? This kind of hurts the sculpt a bit, but it's got to be there. So, pressing on it sends his battle arm swinging down. Die, die, die. Okay, and you probably might also lose his sword, okay, because it doesn't quite fit in quite so snug. And if you notice, the shoulder pad popped off too, okay. It's not supposed to do that, but the glue's dried off over the years. But yeah, you can keep him pounding. Yeah. Another cool accessory that Skeletor comes with is this skull helmet that's designed to be removable. And overall, I think that the 2002 Skeletor figure gets a lot of flack. I think because of the seemingly very tiny head on his body. Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, okay, the head is a bit small for a body of this size. But here's where it gets a bit insane. Okay, the cowl isn't designed to be removed, but the glue on mine wore off after something like 20 years. And this is the horrifying reality that awaits underneath, okay? If you thought his head looked small with the cowl, now look at how this thing looks like, okay? It's pretty much a shrunken head. This, my friends, is the stuff of nightmares designed to keep you awake all night. Overall, the 2002 Samurai Skeletor figure is an absolutely stunning piece that's worthy of a place in your collection. And this figure is now officially 20 years old, alright? It's a piece of history. So if you can track him down somewhere on an eBay lot, or you've got a fellow collector who's looking to let him go, grab him. He deserves a spot in your Hall of Fame, alright? So guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and leave me a comment. Thank you.